Well, hello everyone, Texie88 here and welcome to another review. And now we're taking a look at the Amstrad CPC Ocean software published port of Donkey Kong. Now earlier today I took a look at the ZX Spectrum version and gave it 5 out of 10. It wasn't so much that it was a bad game necessarily, although it did have some faults. The biggest problem was that it was a 5-year-old game being released full price when there were so many other more attractive propositions that would have been available for a similar price at the time, which unfortunately counted against it. But a YouTuber named Yellowbelly actually suggested that I take a look at this version as he told me that this version is awesome, as he put it. So let's see just how awesome it is, shall we? So well, it's got the intro bit just like the Spectrum version did. It obviously doesn't have the colour clash issues, and at least it's not a lazy Spectrum port, but well, this is looking good so far. Kind of think they should have used red for that, for Kong's main colour there. The orange makes it look like he's sunburnt. See, this is good. It's actually got a sound for whenever Jumpman / Mario's wandering about. I wish the Spectrum version had that. Right. Oh God. Oh God, I thought I was... Oh shit, damn it. Oh damn it, I couldn't react to that correctly. I really think that should have been, that other colour should have been red rather than orange. I mean beige for the beige for the face and the the tummy is fine, but the rest of them should have been red. I know it could have done red because the text at the top of the screen was red even on that screen. I just oh swine. I mean, he honestly does look sunburnt there. No wonder he's got a great big angry look on his face if he's in that much pain. Well, this is definitely another problem I had with the Spectrum version was how long it took your characters to climb up ladders. That was a big problem, but there's no such problem here, which is good. That's certainly going to earn it some brownie points over its Spectrum counterpart. I'm really not sure that sound effect there. It's a bit ugly. And Kong himself is animated just like he was in the original arcade version, which is another good bit of attention to detail. So oh damn it! But as ever, it's really hard to tell which barrels are going to suddenly decide to go down a ladder instead of continue on the girder they were on. It might even be impossible, I don't know. Oh, darn it. It's starting to feel like deja vu. Oh, bloody hell, I nearly died there. Nearly walked right into that one. Oh no, damn it! I did press jump there to try and jump over that second one, but it didn't seem to want to respond for some reason. But for the sake of Yellow Bellions and others who grew up with the Amstrad CPC, I am glad that they didn't just go for a lazy Spectrum port, and at least it runs at a decent speed, and that Mario / Jumpman actually goes up ladders at an acceptable speed as well. Bloody hell, how did I... God, I couldn't do that again. Yeah. But of course, Donkey's having none of that, so he's taken her up another step. And we've got the conveyor belts again. And this is the same conveyor belt level that I saw in the Spectrum version when I got this far in that version. Damn, what did I go that way for? Oh, blooming hell. I am not getting killed by a pie. That is absolutely categorically not going to happen. And it's got to her again. But again, Donkey's having no chance, matey. Okay, maybe he wouldn't have quite said that, but... Oh god, this is the level I was trying to explain. Oh god, I could be wrong. I could have sworn that this was actually the second level after. Oh come on, how am I meant to get across? Or can't I? So if I hang around up there, that fireball is just going to hang around up there. Okay. I get stuck on the scenery. Will you jump? One thing I have noticed with this version, when you want to jump again quickly, it doesn't want to respond so well. I needed to be able to jump quickly because unlike later games that featured Mario, in this version he dies if he falls too. In this he dies if he falls too far. So of course that's. See, because I had to wait because the jump wouldn't respond, I died. Oh, I'm on the high school table, and I can actually just type it. That's a plus. Let's give that another whirl. Yeah, I am liking this version, and it is a good version. However, even this has some slight issues, like the thing of not being able to jump very quickly after you've just jumped. I've just this moment tried it and it just didn't want to. It just didn't want to do it. Oh damn it! I'm just a little bit too far over to the left there. Yeah, you need to be able to jump a bit quicker than that for a Donkey Kong game. Oh god. At least the jumps aren't as tight in this version as they are in the Spectrum version. They're a bit more forgiving in this than they are in that. yeah, I expect people are looking at this and thinking, oh shit, no, damn it. You just cannot tell which barrels are going to go down ladders and which ones are going to continue on their merry little way. It's all luck. But the other main problem is something that I pointed out, which even with its, even though I'm enjoying this version more than I am the Spectrum version, there is another big bugbear that I cannot ignore, and I pointed it out in that one as well. Regardless of how good this port is, and it is a good port, I can't ignore the fact that it's a port of a game from 1981 that came out in 1986, and there are already far more interesting games available for vying for children's pocket money there. So when there are so many great games in the intervening years, the release for the CPC, or at the very least more interesting, or ones that are based on more current, or more current IPs, then it's going to be a bit of a problem if they're trying to market a 5-year-old game to the kids. And when I looked at an actual official advert for this game, it said that the Spectrum version, as I said in that version, was £7.95, but the Amstrad CPC version was £8.95, a whole pound more. Now that doesn't sound like much in today's money, but that would have been quite a lot for a kid back in the mid-1980s. Will you jump? See, again, that jumping problem. Of course, anything you collected is put back to its original position, which is... Oh. I thought we were going to just get on that. But come on. Can you really not fall that far? Can you really not fall Can you really not fall that tiny little distance? Oh, for God's sake, I clearly landed on top of that. No, I'm waiting. I'm not taking any chances. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. I'm not even going to attempt to jump across there. I'm honestly convinced I wouldn't make it. Oh, you got to be kidding. How am I meant... Oh, bloody hell. I'm stuck now. Oh, no, he's going. Get down that ladder, fireball. Will you bloody jump? Oh, for God's sake. If you're going to have lots of gaps like that, at least have a jump button that allows you to press it immediately after landing. Otherwise, it just doesn't respond. So that's the Amstrad CPC port of Donkey Kong, published by Ocean Software in 1986. Like the Spectrum version that I reviewed earlier today, this was also one of the rare occasions where Nintendo genuinely permitted an IP of theirs on a non-Nintendo product. It didn't happen very often, but it did happen occasionally, and this is one of those times. Graphics, very nice, a little bit blocky, but that's just the mode they've used. Nice use of colour. Donkey Kong's instantly recognisable, as is Mario / Jumpman, and so is the princess. I don't know whether she was called Daisy, Peach or Toadstool at the time. I don't know if she even had a name when Donkey Kong first came out. And even then, even when she was given a name, it could depend on which part of the world you're in, what she was actually called. And I mean, I believe in Japan she's called Peach or Peachy. But I don't know whether she was actually called that at the time of this original appearance of her coming out. I mean, I know that Mario, when the arcade version came out in 1981, was not actually called Mario at the time. He was called Jumpman until his creator Shigeru Miyamoto wanted him to have a proper name. But sorry, I'm going on a bit on a tangent there, but so that's the graphics. Animation's good as well. Everything's nice and clear. Everything moves at a respectable pace. Sound, well, the sound's really good. It invokes what I to a certain extent what I experienced when I was looking at footage of the arcade version in preparation for this and the Spectrum version I reviewed earlier. Just that one iffy sound effect just before the first level started, I'm not absolutely sold on. Maybe it's a slightly corrupt sound sample or something along those lines. I don't know. But other than that, I can't really fault the sound in the sound effects in this gameplay. Well, as I said, I'm really glad that Mario / Jumpman actually goes up and down ladders at a respectable rate. He ascended and descended them much too slowly in the Spectrum version. That did adversely impact on gameplay. Luckily, there is no such problem with this version, and he even going up and down ladders, he does it at an acceptable rate. And controlling him is mostly okay, but as I've said a few times, I take issue with the fact that you can't jump very quickly after having landed, and that is almost as annoying as not being able to climb up and down ladders particularly quickly in the Spectrum version. Not as bad, but still bad enough to be worthy of a mention, especially on that third stage where there are a lot of jumps on little platforms and where you might have to get out of the way of something pretty damn quickly. And when you want to do a little jump, then you quickly jump across before that spring thing hits you, and then you can't because a second jump can't be done that quickly after you've just landed from the previous one. But the biggest problem, as I said, is the fact that kids would have been paying £1 more than the Spectrum version, £8.95 versus that version's £7.95 price tag, for an admittedly good conversion of a game that was half a decade old and is up against more recent, more sophisticated games vying for children's money at the time, and that is going to unfortunately impact on its final score. It's going to get more than the Spectrum. I gave the Spectrum version, but not much. I think considering that, especially as that £1 more would have been quite a lot for a kid back in 1986. I'm going to give the Amstrad CPC version 6 out of 10. Not a huge amount wrong with the game, but trying to expect people to pay a full price for it. It was too much of a stretch compared to what other games would have been around at the time. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that review. Catch you on another video soon. Texie88 out.